So a lot of what I do is team meetings. So I do education with the teams. I do education individual. We do counseling one-on-one, so if someone has trouble gaining weight, losing weight, just overall having some disordered eating patterns, or anything from I can't sleep to my muscles are sore all the time, we talk to them. We can talk about stuff like that. We talk a lot about performance-based issues, so I feel slow, I feel heavy, I feel fatigued, whatever it is. I order and purchase all the supplements. I do body composition for all the athletes. I do work with the dining hall to do menus and just try to make sure that we have a lot of good food down there that they want to eat. And then some of the others, basically the most part of my job is education. I try as much as I can to go to people's practices, all the sports practices, you know, just trying to make sure that I'm there and available to them if they have any questions. A lot of times they'll approach me if I'm out there, but not if I'm in here in a scary office. So we try to do things, so we're just building relationships and helping them whenever we can. New stoplights right now, and we do what we call the go slow whoa. So we have these little stoplights, and we'll show you down the dining hall later, but we have these stoplights that look like this. So we have, it says slow on, and it has a yellow light with a tiger head in it. We have the green ones that are the go and have the green light, and then obviously we have the red ones too, which I won't dig out, but we can find them. But so we do that down the dining hall. It just kind of helps them decide like what foods I'm supposed to be eating. So we base it off of like calories, fat, just overall processing of the product. So a lot of times when you go down there, they know right away, if I'm supposed to be eating healthy, I'm going to stick with green and yellow lights. If I'm trying to gain weight, I might choose red lights more often. And we kind of explain to them a little bit about what that means and how they can figure out what is what. So it's in the beginning stages, but we're trying to slowly, and they're used to the stoplight system in general, but we're trying to make it easier. So all vegetables are green, period, unless it's fried. And then, you know, like different meats, like chicken's always going to be green. We always make sure we have like a green entree out there. So there's always a healthy option for anyone that wants to eat. So I'll emphasize protein more for the football team, or depending on the team. But for football, it's like I emphasize more protein. For the runners and swimmers and, you know, the sports that are a little bit more long distance, we're emphasizing grains more. We need more carbohydrates. That's your energy source. Obviously, if you look at them, they're burning those calories all the time. So how can you get them in without having to eat massive quantities of food? So just depending on their sports and the demands of their sports, we kind of tailor what we tell them to be eating. And that's what the pyramids are for too. Just how much am I supposed to eat as a women's basketball player versus a gymnast versus a male cross-country runner? Like, how different is it? And what does it have to look like on my plate? So we try to, you know, change that up as much as possible in hopes that they're listening. We kind of tailor a little bit. So off-season and pre-season should be the time where they're, off-season is the time when we manipulate their bodies the most. So if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, that's the time of year to do it. So your pyramid is going to be way different at that point than it would be probably in season. So in season, we're just trying to, your sport is the most important thing. We don't want to lose and gain a bunch of weight because your body's not used to that, so you're probably going to get hurt. So what we do is just try to maintain what you have, keep you as healthy as possible, and then we focus on like recovery foods or foods to prevent you from getting sick. And so we try to keep their bodies healthy, not so much focus on, okay, well, it's season, now we need to lose 5% of your body fat. And, you know, that's just not going to happen. That's not the important focus at that time. So preseason and during season is pretty much the time where we really focus on staying healthy, keeping your body recovered, making your muscles work the way they're supposed to. Off season, we'll go ahead and we bump up your calories or decrease your calories and kind of manipulate on that side.